to lose. I'm built to win. Applied myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss.
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like told me keep on running toes. They gonna take
this is what we got to tell.
Every fan doing this.
I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Woo! Supreme God. Yes.
Okay. I got it now. You know, it clicked. It just clicked for me. All right. So, welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. We got a great episode for y'all today. You know, we got the NBA All-Star Weekend. You know, some people say it was entertaining. Some people say it wasn't. We're going to talk about it, though. And we got to talk about the Commanders. And believe it or not, I wasn't the one that, you know, threw it on the, you know, threw it in the rotation, you know. So it was requested. So we're going to talk about them Commanders. But
it wasn't me.
It wasn't me. But we got, as you can see, David Dollar's not here, but Missy Get Done Son, Tomo is here. And we got another guest coming on. All right, but before we bring them on, Tomo, how you doing, man? Good weekend for you?
Man, it was a good weekend. You know, after we did the 2-hour show, I waited all weekend to get a response from a certain someone, and they know who it is, and they wait till Monday morning to start the debates. And now they're busy at work. So, Carl, just know that when you got some time, we can actually have this conversation. Because I knew you were gonna have a lot to say about what I had to say about Lamar. It's all good.
Oh yeah, true that. Oh, you did say he's gonna respond. I ain't getting the chat today.
He addressed me and Mark. Yeah.
Oh, you got some pushback?
Oh, you know he did.
Okay.
Did, which is good pushback. I wish he was on the show. It was good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know a lot of people was like, man, I wish I was on, but I think we're gonna do more of those. I feel like that was really good. That was really good. A lot of good topics. I can, especially the Jalen Hurts topic. Yeah. So when them videos get broken up.
One thing about these chats, man, once you bring up somebody quarterback, you already know what's about to happen.
Facts, no matter who it is.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, we got a good show for y'all today. But before we bring our guests on, you know, Dave not here. We gotta do it for the one time. It's only right if we just You good now? Let's get it. It's only right if we turn on one time.
Up.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the stream, y'all, man. It was freezing on me, but I should be all right now.
All right, perfect, good. Oof. All right, so we do got a guest coming on. You know, he's been on multiple times. Miami Dolphins fan, right? Basketball, he just a KD guy. You know, he went on. You know, he followed KD. I think he liked Ben Simmons, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if he still like Ben Simmons though. We're gonna have to ask him that when he comes.
Whoa.
All right, so let's bring up my man with the big sports knowledge, DeVore. Let's bring him up.
Welcome.
Appreciate you having me, fellas. Yes, I am a Ben Simmons fan still, to answer the question.
I think it's a Dolphins comment. That's the Dolphins comment right there. The Patriots fan in the comments. So you are still a Ben Simmons fan. Woo, hanging in there. That's good. You know,
hey, gotta keep our day ones close.
That's true. Sound
like me and John Wall.
I'm a John Wall guy too. I'm definitely a John Wall guy too. I stay up waiting to watch him in China.
All right, y'all. So look, we are streaming this on 3 platforms. We are streaming this on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So make sure y'all like the video on all 3 platforms. Make sure y'all follow and subscribe on all 3 platforms. Share the video on all 3 platforms because we know that you're watching live right now, but you want to have others watch live with you because you can use that comment section. We can see all the comments that we'll be putting out throughout the show. Shout out to Teddy with the first comment. And look, if you feeling good, you had a good weekend. You didn't blow your money partying and stuff like that. You see that dollar sign on the bottom right on the comment section? You can click that dollar sign, pick a dollar amount, put your comment in, and we will pause the whole show. We'll start everything we doing, hit you with the hold up soundbite, and then throw your comment on the screen, and you get the floor. And we're gonna read it out loud. All right, no matter what it is, as long as it's nothing crazy. Because we do appreciate all the donations and the gifts. All right. Yeah.
Donations.
Okay.
Donations. Gifts. Gifts.
All right. And last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. Tomo, the floor is yours.
Man, it's kind of like the All-Star weekend with a lot of side distractions going on. But if you can't really notice it, then you won't really notice it. One thing you will notice is that ever since the dunk contest kind of went down, the 3-point contest came up. But then the whole weekend just ain't the same weekend. It's the same anticipation ain't there. The promotion ain't there. I don't know. Maybe it's because everybody got streaming and the commercials ain't the same. But this All-Star weekend just don't be feeling the same outside of, Stephen A. Smith getting hurt by a Cowboy. But other than that, All-Star weekend, we got to do a quick review. We talked about it. We made some picks. We made some selections. But did those actually come true? We're going to see. So we're going to start this thing off with our All-Star Weekend recap. We could talk about the celebrity game. Some people don't really like the celebrity game that much. But we're going to fast forward past that. It's just because my guy won MVP. That's the only reason I wanted to bring that up right quick. And then you got the Rising Star Challenge, and then they did a whole tournament style. And it was kind of confusing at first if you just cut the TV on, but then you cut it on. It was like, is it in-house cooking for all the Pacers? Because Ben, what is it? Ben, what they call him, Eggs Benedict in the chat. That's what they call him. He got the MVP. But then we get to the real, trash talking. That's when everybody's putting in their bet slips and everything. We got to talk about the 3-point contest. And Joe, who you had winning?
What, a 3-point?
Yeah.
Shootout? I had Lloyd Marketing. If he would have put his money ball on the back end, I don't know why people put their money ball on the first rack or the second rack. Bro, put your money ball on the last rack. Like, if he would have did that, he would have advanced, but he didn't. But I do want to say something to Tomo about both the Rising Stars real quick and the celebrity. I thought the celebrity All-Star game was really good. I want to say that. I want to put that out there. I feel like it was real competitive, right? You got multiple players drop over 30. I thought that was good. You don't usually see that in a celebrity All-Star game. They were competitive. So I do want to give them that. And the Rising Challenge, my only thing about this is, can we just go back to rookies versus sophomore? Can we just do that, please? Like, keep it simple like that. I think it'd be more
like the G League players.
Nah, man, they the G League for a reason. No defense to anybody in the G League, but you got to earn your stripes to get in the NBA, right? So I think it should just be sophomores against rookies because it's pride there for the sophomores to win that. So, but a 3-point shootout, they was cashing out. I ain't gonna lie. Like, my biggest surprise was Cat. Like, Cat surprised me. I'm not gonna lie. Like, obviously we know Cat can shoot, but Cat, man, he came in that. Like, I thought he was gonna win. The way how confident he was. I was glad Trae Young showed out. But I feel like the 3-point shootout was really good. I mean, the lowest score was what, like 20, something like that. Normally, you get a few guys that stink it up. Like, you get a couple of guys that will get like 11, 12. You might get a guy that get 9, but nah, everybody was literally cashing out. Like, Donovan Mitchell had 21, and he looked like he was trash. Normally, that's like that gets you to the second round. All right, but I feel like the 3-point shootout was really good.
DeVore?
I agree. The 3-point shootout was very, very good. Shout out to my boy Damian Lillard showing out to everybody, especially the Bucks fans who are on the fence about the Bucks making that trade for Dame. And it shows that Dame still got it. Him coming out and winning the 3-point contest, and the off the court issues is not a problem.
I forgot all about that, honestly.
Having
I guess
fun.
going to Milwaukee did cover up some stuff because now they got to talk about how bad their defense is in Milwaukee. They ain't worried about the off the court stuff.
And who they blame it on?
You already know. We already knew
It's
that was
Doc.
gonna happen.
Doc just got there and he got the blame. He should have just stayed in the booth, man. But now for me, like you said, Joe, it was one of the most entertaining events because again, everybody showed up. When I seen Cat, I was like, I'm tired of centers keep jumping in the 3-point contest, acting like they can shoot. But he shut me up with that when Cat was like, look, I'm the real power forward / center on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Almost had a chance to win it, but at the end of the day, once it's something about Dame and Steph. When them two lock in these type of competitions, it just gets real. And that's technically what Steph did in the next event. You know, the first time they had a WNBA star, have a 3-point shootout, which was very entertaining because I think it was more so the risk versus the reward that made it more entertaining for some people. Because it's like, Steph, if you lose, you got a lot to talk about here. What was your anticipation of that event, DeVore?
You couldn't say it any better. The risk was a lot bigger than the reward for Steph because it was alleged like it was more like a Under Armour versus Nike type of thing with Sabrina being sponsoring with Nike and Steph sponsored with Under Armour. And then of course you always have like the gender battle thing where it's man versus woman. So obviously the pendulum swing was going to be more towards Sabrina if she won or lost because of the fact that she was able to compete with the actual NBA player. Now, the controversial thing is moving forward, where do we go from here? Like, are we going to continue to see more WNBA players participate in the All-Star 3-point contest, or maybe even see them participate in more All-Star weekend events? Who knows? But I felt like Sabrina did a phenomenal job being able to shoot the NBA 3. Now, I'm a little bit on the fence with the ball thing. Can we're gonna have to tweak the rules a little bit when it comes to, like, if we're gonna keep it all the way 100 and everybody shoots with at the NBA 3 and the NBA ball, or are we going, because it can't be either or. It's got to be all the way for me. But Sabrina did a phenomenal job in the 3-point contest, being able to compete with Steph Curry.
Yeah, that was one of the things I noticed too. I was like, well, if she gonna shoot from the NBA 3-point, then why not just give her the same ball? Because technically, I mean, it's no different. You giving her, she got to step back a few more feet. Now, what also is, if you scouting in the WNBA, you're like, well, we know her range because she came out there cold with 26. Like, Steph was on the sideline like, whoo, I might actually have to take this one serious, man. I thought I was just gonna come out here and play around. She had better scores than some of the guys in the 3-point contest. So that right there lets you know. And I'm with you on that one too, DeVoy, is where do we go from here? Like, do they add an extra round next year? Do they add more players? Do they try to really do this merging of the WNBA? Because remember how NBA players always say, like, we support the WNBA. So are you going to add more WNBA players to the skills challenge? Are you going to add them to maybe a dunk contest? I'm just saying, you never know what happens with this. But I was entertained. I didn't know about the Nike versus Under Armour thing. That was
and the funny thing about Nike versus Under Armour is that she was supposed to sign under Under Armour, and then last minute she chose Nike.
Wow.
Yeah, because Steph was promoting it like, you gotta go Under Armour, like Under Armour. And then she said, I'm going to Nike. But
so it was personal for him.
I thought it was a good idea for the NBA to do that, to support WNBA like that. And then, like I said, it was all for the guys. Like, that's what Steph was doing it for. I mean, listen, I love my woman. I love the woman. I want to support the woman. But men have pride. We have pride, and that's all I gotta say. All right. So if Steph would have lost, man, how the women would be like, we better, man. We had Sabrina going there and beat y'all best shooter in NBA history. What you think the better shooters are in WNBA? But what I think they should do though, they should bring Rachel Miller talked about this. I didn't hear the whole thing. I heard the first half of it, then they went to commercial break. But he said that get Dame and Steph to go to the WNBA's 3-point shootout. All right, like have them attend their 3-point shootout.
With the line being closer?
No, well,
That's what
I'm
I'm
pretty
saying.
sure
Like,
I'm pretty sure they're gonna make it an NBA 3. I'm pretty sure they'll do that. But basically bring some stars to their town to bring the views up. You know what I mean? Like, cause we brought them over here, but it like their views will skyrocket if the NBA players go over there. Like, get the best 2 3-point shooters in the WNBA and have them go against Dame and Steph.
did you not see Dame just shoot from half court like it was nothing?
But Dame had 26, just like Sabrina.
But I'm just saying, but the line closer, Joe, you're gonna get views because you're gonna be like, Dame gotta get 50. If
No,
the line
Sabrina
closer,
shot from the no. They're not gonna shoot the NBA 3. No, we can't do that. And first of all, they might be better shooting a regular NBA 3 than the NBA. These dudes can't shoot no mid-range jumpers no more. All right.
you're right though. But you're talking about 2 of the best shoot, like they can shoot.
Yeah. Or like volunteer like NBA players. So, but
Jordan Poole could go over there and do it. That might be entertaining. I'm just saying, he lost his shot in the NBA. He might can get it back over there.
All them women over there, he might turn up. You know what I mean, right? You know how
he might get 50.
But I thought it was cool. It was, and then me and my wife went out that night. We watched everything like at the restaurant with no sound. So like first I was confused. They both started shooting at the same time. I'm like, hold up, what's going on?
You talking about the warm up?
Yeah, I know it's warming up and they started. I was so confused. And now they warming up. Okay. But the fact that she had 26, which was the tie for the first round, and Dame won the second round with 26, and Steph had 29. Like Steph would have won the whole thing if he would have played. So it kind of like takes away from Dame. Like Dame won, but Steph had 29. He had more than Dame. So, but
that would have been a good shootout. I think Steph did that because he seen what Dame did.
He wasn't going. He was going against Sabrina and everybody else. I know.
Yeah.
You know how. Yeah. So I thought it was good though.
I mean, for the next contest, do we really want to go into too much detail about it? I mean, unless you want to clown the Celtics,
we got to talk about it, man.
I know we do. We got to talk about the dunk contest, man. Matt McClung wins back to back. You said the G League needs to stay in the G League, but a G Leaguer came over and he's the best dunker in the NBA. So
yes.
How was you feeling about that one, Joe? Because I really didn't watch it.
See, McClung, see. When him winning is cool, but he's not a star. So like I respect JB for joining the dunk contest because the stars, man, they don't like. You realize everybody plays hard in this whole All-Star thing except for the stars. Like Celebrity All-Star game was competitive. The Rising Star Challenge was competitive. The 3-point shootout, you know, that's always gonna be competitive. But the dunk contest, the guys who's not stars, they always come out and try to perform. So, but JB, he is not a dunk contest dunker. Like when he like joined it, I was only happy because he's an all-star that's joining it, but I knew he wasn't gonna win though. But I picked him because I wanted him to win, so more stars can come on this platform. But yo, that whole thing was bad. Once again, I thought McClung was the only one that was good. I mean, Obi brother, I forgot his name. I mean, I thought he was second best, you know, and Jaime and JB, they was like a tie. Like they both had in-game dunks. You know what I mean? So, and then Jaylen Brown, shout out, he did a tribute for your boy, right? That passed away that played in college. But I don't know, did he do it late or is that how it's supposed to be? When he did like this,
supposed to do it before you.
He supposed to do it right. He's dunking, right?
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad. That was
bad. Dunking and said, I'm like, bro, it's like doing a no-look pass.
So you said you didn't have the sound on, right? But they was funny. They was like, did he sneeze? Like, what is he doing? Like, that was a bad tribute if he was trying to tribute. It was like, was his eyes closed? Nah, they was like, his eyes was open.
And it was with the cameraman on his first dunk. They didn't even show the jump live. Like they had a camera on cuz that had a Dominique Wilkins jersey on. I'm like, bro, like, I don't know.
The NBA don't even take it serious. Boy, how you feel?
Okay, so the dunk contest. I have been uninterested in the dunk contest. I'll probably say since the John Wall and Paul George one. What year was that?
John Wall was tough.
Yeah, that was probably the last good one that I've actually sat down and watched.
No, the Zach LaVine and Eric Gordon one.
That was good too.
Mm-hmm.
They come on after, yeah.
But John Wall, after he did the I think it was the reverse dunk, and then he did the Dougie after that. I feel like the Dougie just added on to the dunk right after. But
Facts.
We ain't seen John Wall, the mascot, since then. Like, if you Wizards fans, you know what I'm talking about. We ain't seen G-Man since then.
Well, no,
Like,
he was in the crowd one of y'all games recently. He was in the crowd to give him a shout out. Literally, like
recently,
like last week.
Oh
yeah,
man,
like
I'm sorry, Wizards Nation. You could tell what I be doing.
But as far as like actual NBA stars, like that's just been a conversation about the dunk contest, and that's probably why we just lose interest in the All-Star game, because there's no effort put in towards the dunk contest, or in, like Joe said, into the NBA All-Star game with the actual superstars. But as far as the G Leaguers participating, like, you could be a G Leaguer and be able to dunk. Like, I've seen like some of the most athletic players come out of the G League. Now, them being able to convert to the NBA, where you actually have like a defender in front of them and actually put that thing together, that's a totally different story. So if that's what we're gonna be getting with McClung, because I feel like he set the tone with that first dunk, where he basically like at first, when I saw it the first time, I thought he juggled that bug, but when you put it on the replay, he tossed it a little bit, and then he went up and went reverse with the jump, and I was like, okay, that's what's up. They gave him a little bit of a crappy score with that first one, but he definitely set the tone with that one. And then when he dunked over Shaq, I was like, okay, this boy got something. I mess with him for real. But if this is how G League is gonna sit here and dunk like that, let's go ahead and go to the G League and explore in the G League and find some of the best dunkers for them to be able to get a little bit of attention, so that they can get to earn an NBA contract.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, and them judges, what's up? First of all, JB was not close to Matt like that. Like, what's going on?
It's a little bit of NBA home cooking there. Like, you can't, because technically, if JB isn't that close, then everybody gonna look at it like, well, why should I do the dunk contest? They kind of was trying to make it. It was one of those scores where I feel like they need to pull out more stars. If he did it, then of course you're gonna get the tweets from, well, Joel Embiid was funny. He was like, I could have got better scores with these sore knees, but
dang.
But this my man. Ja said something about the dunk contest. So of course you're gonna always get one of those people to say they're gonna participate. Are they gonna do it? We don't know, but
man, I saw dunks in the All-Star game by John Morant. I was better than most of them dudes dunk contest dunks. Like,
that's a fact.
So yeah.
But we'll figure. Well, it's not for us to figure out how the dunk contest gonna get better. I do like the idea of the G Leaguers, because they are gonna take it more serious.
They hungry.
Yeah.
Now, if they hungry, then we know these NBA stars are fasting, because 200 and some points. Like, what's going on here? I know the beginning of the All-Star game, you don't play defense. Like, we know that. But the entirety of the game, like, and then I know J-Mo said, he said it's the MVP award is now called the Kobe Award, and a lot of players want to win it. But do you think technically Kobe would want this? Like this here? Now, I got a video snippet. Added because it was funny, because y'all kept bringing up the Kobe thing. And I was like, well, I know this is going to be
Tomo, we're on the same page. Let's go.
I knew this was going to resurface.
In general, needs a little revamping, because it used to be competitive.
Yeah.
It used to be competitive, and fans want to see the best pickup game in the world. That's what this is. They don't want to see you running up and down and dunking and doing all this crazy. Like, they want to see what happens when you get this collection of best basketball players on the planet, and they play and they go head up against each other. Man, I mean, you guys play harder at a pickup game in UCLA.
For real.
Now, we see that. And we see what happens on YouTube when there ain't that many cameras around, how physical they get.
Yeah.
So if this is the MVP award, I don't think Kobe wants to see you shooting 99 threes. I ain't talking about just Dame. I'm talking about the entirety of the game itself. DeVore, I know you say you got a lot to say about this. We're going to praise Dame because he earned it. But it's All-Star game.
Yeah, we're going to praise Dame because he earned it. But it's just the All-Star game. It's just hard to watch. I'm a defensive guy, and I want to see some of the best defensive players go up against some of the best offensive players. That's one of the main things I put the microscope under. But I'm just seeing like trick passes, alley-oop dunks, and I'm just like, yo, like there's no like, and there's like they're walking to contest threes, and I'm just like, this just looks like a freaking NFL walkthrough. If we're being honest, like we just gonna just give it a look. That's all we're gonna do. Just run the play and just give it a look. And it's disgusting, especially after you just ran the clip with Kobe, where you have all the best players playing, and you're the example. You're supposed to be setting the example for all players, whether it be in the youth, whether it be at the college level, and whether it be an NBA player, G Leaguer trying to be on that superstar level, and you sitting over here just jogging up the court and giving us, I wouldn't even say half effort, maybe even maybe 25%. So it's just the All-Star game is just a disgusting game to sit down and watch every single year. And I know it sounds a little bit harsh, but I got to keep it 100 with you.
Hey, you kept it 100. They scored over 100. I don't know. There's 100 ways we could talk about this game, but Joe.
Yeah, man. Listen to this. This is how we know it's not competitive. In 1993, the All-Star game had 62 fouls. In 2003, the All-Star game had 37 fouls. In 2013, the All-Star game had 24 fouls. In 2023, last year, it had 7 fouls. Bruh, yesterday it had 3 fouls the whole game.
3?
3.
Those probably was by accident.
Yo, like, how is that possible? How is that possible when you score 200 points? It's only 3 fouls made. Like, come on now. So I'm with DeVore. I'm with both of y'all. Like, the All-Star game has to be more competitive. Kobe, like you said, I saw that video last night, Tomo, and I saw one with Larry Bird too. Talk about Larry Bird said, I just want the best players to play hard at the All-Star game because it's a collective of the best players in the world, and you got all this talent. Like, I'm cool. Like, I'm cool with like the behind the back pass. I'm cool with all the fancy stuff because they're showing us what they can do. But I want to see some people try to defend that. Like, now we're not saying defend like it's game 7 in the NBA playoffs, but can you play like Tomo said, like you play in the off season? Like, come on, man. Like, and Complex Sports, shout out to Complex Sports. They had some suggestions on how to make it better. Number 1, whoever wins the All-Star game, whatever conference, they get home court advantage in the NBA Finals.
Oh, like baseball.
Oh, that's how baseball is? Okay.
Yeah. Teddy, I know Teddy gonna comment, but yeah, that's why they play that's why they play more serious. They know.
I like that. Whoever win the All-Star game, they get home court advantage in the playoffs. All right. And also they said to add, we all been saying this for years, king of the court. You know what I mean? King of the court, max 3 dribbles, 1-on-1. Hold on, we got a super chat going. All right.
Okay, shout out to Blaze with the 99 super chat. Good morning, fellas. Hashtag ban Jalen from Duncan.
He saw Teddy in the comments. Like, let me put this in here real quick.
Hey, if you're a Boston fan, man, it's hard to defend that. And Jason Tatum was out there too, so it was all bad.
Did he miss the first jump when he jumped over Jason Tatum?
I think so.
But T-Mac, I saw a video of T-Mac talk about, he got the OBL, the Ones League.
Mm-hmm.
And he talked about how they should add it to the All-Star game. And then people be like, but no All-Star is going to come out and play in that league. That's cool. Get the guys that you never see play. Do this one-on-one. It's going to showcase their talent. He said, like when you get these one-on-one games and then you get to see like how skillful these guys really are. Because T-Mac always says, there are some guys who not even NBA who are built to be one-on-one players, but they can't play on a 5-on-5, game. But it could showcase their talent to other teams. So,
and you can pay homage to some older players that can still play too.
Fact, like on the big 3. Yeah,
like you can do that.
Man, Joe Johnson can get buckets. All right.
They're going back and forth.
After that Paul Pierce clip from the podcast, I would like to see Paul Pierce.
Oh man, which one? Racing or just playing? Just hooping?
Just playing, because he said he wanted to get signed to a 10-game contract, and he said he could knock down. I think he said 6 of 10 of threes in an NBA game. So I would like to see Paul Pierce participate.
We need KG to be his coach though, because once he's like, "Come on, P, come on, P, like you serious?" And he's like, "I'm dead serious."
He's gonna be
That's
open.
So we need the uncensored version because Kevin Garnett, he's gonna get the cussing.
Oh
But
yeah.
Shout out to Teddy with the $4.99 super chat. Jalen will dunk all over the Clippers.
And look,
Hold up.
Oh, they really going back and forth. This is crazy. All right, Blaze back at it with the $1.99 super chat. We whooped y'all last game.
Hey, funny.
Teddy about to pull over.
I know, right? About to pull over. All right. Hey, look. Yeah, they need to do the one-on-one tourney, man. Yeah, we just talked about that. And look what Jay said. Y'all ever seen this clip right here? Kareem versus Dr. J, they play one-on-one.
I don't remember
when they were both retired. Kareem whooped Dr. J, bro. Like, killed Dr. J. He was too small. He killed him. Dr. J no one-on-one play. He can't shoot. So Kareem killed that man.
But that's the paying homage part, because now if you do it with the unknown players, that's for the people who are really into sports, who are into basketball. But you got to bring in some people to pay homage, like AI versus somebody, or bring Gilbert Arenas back, Gil versus Paul Pierce, or Richard Jefferson versus Paul Pierce. Something that's gonna get people who know their names to tune in too, because the All-Star Weekend ain't just for us; it's for the common fan also. Nick Young and Gil. All right.
Nick Young, yeah, one player, he'll go out and he'll talk trash. Look, they still at it, man. Look at these dudes.
199 from Teddy with the reply, 150 in the crib. You don't know what it means. You gotta be a Celtics or a Clippers fan. Look, but we talked about we can talk about not being competitive, and things like that. But Dame did something that ain't been done since MJ. And we're just going to address this right quick, and then we're going to roll to a commercial break.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he won MVP, and he won the three-point contest. That hasn't been done since Jordan.
Dunk.
The dunk. Well, with the dunk
contest. I was about to say,
I was trying to see if I had the year, but I ain't have the year. Mm-hmm. But it ain't been done, and Dame did it. Some people say Tyrese was robbed because of how early he started, with the 15, I think it was like 15 points in almost less than 9 minutes. The threes was just falling from everywhere with the unorthodox shot. I know you being a Kings fan, Joe. How you feel seeing that?
And then real quick, I think MJ won back-to-back dunk contest, and Dame won back-to-back three-point shot contest, and they both won. Yeah, I think so. But Tyrese, man, he was hooping. Like, it was in Indiana. I don't know why we didn't think about him being a dark horse MVP. Like, it's in Indiana. And he had 5 threes in a row. I was like, he about to draw 40. I think about to go crazy. But he tried, he can't help himself, man. He gotta get his assists on. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, Tyrese, man, you could have had MVP for real. He'd been more aggressive. But yeah, like Tyrese, man, I still root for him as a king, former king. But I just hate when they always, every time he does good. Did they trade the right guy? I just hate when they do that. Like,
that was brought up again, right? Reggie said it.
See, he did.
You did the right thing. He's like, and the Kings didn't think he could play. It's like, man, they still gonna take their shots, man. He's still gonna take their shots.
He an Indiana guy, so
yeah, it makes sense.
I get it.
I mean, outside of that, another thing I did like outside of the game, if you weren't able to tune in, was Charles Barkley and Draymond. Like they.
Oh yeah, I saw on IG.
Like what Draymond said about Cat, saying he was like, "Oh man, they looking like the old Timberwolves. He got 40 and they down 20." Like Draymond was finding ways to take shots, man. I was like, you still play, right? Like these players are going to see you again.
And Minnesota actually good this year.
Yeah. I had one clip about LeBron talking about the competitiveness, but I don't think we need to hear from LeBron saying it because we already know how he feels about it. He's gonna be a politician with it. I mean, I can't play it if y'all want to hear it, or we can just roll on over to the next topic because I know this next topic, Joe, you got to be ready for it.
Let's play it, but let's leave it like as it is. Because I know we can go on the rabbit hole if we comment.
All right, I got you.
Man, I don't know. I mean, I think it's something we need to figure out. I don't know where's the median because this is what a lot of the games are starting to look like now too. We wanted to, get more, more pace into the games. We want to get more shots. We wanted the game to be more free flowing. We stopped letting the game be, freedom of movement, a lot of freedom of movement now, and that's what a lot of our games is in the regular season now. They let us tighten up in the postseason, So it's a deeper dive into a conversation of how we can shore up this game. Obviously, from a player's perspective, it's fun to get up and down, but at the end of the day, our competitive nature don't like just being able to just have free flowing scoring like that. So,
First of all, why they want us to like they in the bowling league?
I knew it. You know, like the pinstripes, man.
Man, yeah.
But I just had to play that clip right quick, man. Y'all tell us how y'all feel about what LeBron had to say, and also how y'all just feel about ways to change the All-Star game. Leave it in the comments. And when we come back, we got to see why the Commanders are commanding all this attention from the national media. And we'll be right back.
Yo, my name is Lambo Anlo.
This is Dimitri.
This is Ed Hahn.
My name is Daryl Julian, and this is
Refuse to lose sports.
Refuse to lose sports.
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Refuse to lose sports.
Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living in different views. Look till we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse.
And we back. So for this topic, as a Cowboy fan, I would have a lot to say, but I'm gonna sit back and enjoy the show because I feel like, man, DeVore got some words for you that I can't really express. So recently, you had the Commanders. They went out and found their new head coach, Dan Quinn, and then they went and got their defensive coordinator, Joe Witt Jr. And a lot of talk has been, just going around about Caleb Williams, or what will they do with the second pick? Will the Bears get him? Will the Commanders get him? If the Commanders don't get him, what should they do? DeVore, you said you wanted to talk a lot about Washington. I gave the people the rundown. Or is yours?
So let me give this a little bit of a backstory, okay? So when Joe sent me the topic this morning, and he said Washington was going to be involved, I was like, oh yeah, I gotta offload this clip real quick because over the past week, I think it was last week, I saw like 6 people post on their Instagram story about the Washington Commanders staff. I think, Joe, did you do it too? I think you did do it too. I was like, man, these bugs don't know what they talking about. So I need to. I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? I need to get on Refuse to Lose and have this conversation, but I never got to it. So you beat me to the punch. But when it comes to the Washington Commanders coaching staff, Dan Quinn, I felt like he was a perfect candidate for the pool out there when it came down to the last couple of candidates, because I strongly believe that y'all didn't need a head coach that was coming in that didn't have any experience being a head coach. You definitely needed somebody that had some experience. Dan Quinn could provide that. Bill Belichick would have been a better pick, but hey, considering the fact of how many people that you guys hired in the front office, whether it be Bob Myers, Magic Johnson, and all these other guys, I felt like that ship has been sailed. Now, when it comes to Cliff Kingsbury, and if we're being honest, everybody's making it seem like Cliff Kingsbury was like the prom queen. Like you stole her from the Raiders like it was such a big deal, which it really wasn't. The only reason why that Cliff Kingsbury even has a job is because of the fact that he was the senior analyst for USC, and Caleb Williams is going to be a top prospect coming out of the draft, and Washington holds the 2nd overall pick. So he has firsthand experience of what you're going to be getting from the quarterback position if y'all was able to get Caleb Williams anyway. So when I sat down and I watched Cliff Kingsbury as the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals, personally, to be honest with you, I'm not very impressed with the offense that they run. It looks like a whole lot of, I don't know, what did they call that game back in the day where we used to play backyard football when you would run with the ball and then you get tackled and you throw the ball up, somebody else running with the ball. What they call that game? That's basically what Cliff Kingsbury offense looks like to me.
NFL streets.
That's what that looks like to me.
I heard about that. Yeah.
NFL Street, whatever you Moss, all the names you can come up with.
So Cliff Kingsbury's offense is predicated into adapted mid-season, where you come out and you do a lot of different passing, and then mid-season we make that adapt to doing something a little bit run heavy, but it's going to require it's going to require a mobile quarterback. So Caleb Williams would definitely fit that mold if he were able to fall to the second pick to Washington. Now let's get to the defensive coordinator. That's Joe Witt Jr. Right? All right. Let's talk about Dallas real quick, because Dan Quinn was the defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys, right? Now we want to talk about the wild card game against the Packers. Excuse me.
Oh man,
I feel like the cover 3 defense running that heavy is a dying breed in the NFL, and that's where I feel like Dan Quinn is going to fail. And the same thing with Witt, they're going to fail if they're not able to adapt that defense to where they're going to be able to run a little bit of everything. Like, obviously, yeah, the cover 3 is going to be your strength, but when you go up against teams that you cannot zone cover well, like the Green Bay Packers, like the Philadelphia Eagles, like the San Francisco 49ers, you're going to have to be able to come out and run a little bit of man-to-man. And I kind of feel like the Washington Commanders shot themselves in the foot when they traded Montez Sweat and they traded Chase Young, because the cover 3 is predicated on you being able to put pressure on the quarterback with your front four. And those were first-round picks. Yeah, Chase Young was falling off a little bit, but I felt like Montez Sweat was a very, very underrated player. But, all around, I give those hires C-.
Now, one thing I will say about Dan is he does do the cover 3, but he does run a lot of man. With the Packers game, that's what made everyone look and be like, "What are you doing here?" Because it was all cover 3 when half the year you was going man most of the time. But that's one thing I will say. He will mix it up as far as man versus zone, depending upon the team. Now, if he's playing against Miami, he might go man when he needed to go zone, but it is what it is. Joe, what's your response? I just had to throw that out there.
Yeah, I agree. I think they play more man than zone in Dallas. But listen, man. Now, let's get it.
Yeah, Tay with the 199 super chat. I'm still hurt. Don't forget the NFL.
Browns fan, by the way.
It's okay, man. You got defensive player of the year and coach of the year.
Yeah, and comeback player of the year.
Well, go ahead, Joe.
He's taking the Browns to the playoffs is better than recovering from the dead. That's so disrespectful to the Browns. Oh, happy B-Day, Tay. It's Tay's birthday. All right, happy B-Day. But so now I'm at this point right now, DeVore. I'm not gonna get too excited. All right, I'm not jumping over the, I'm like, oh my god, like I was last year. Last year I was amped. You was right last year, but this year I'm more so. I gotta see, I'm like, you gotta show me. But I am a little excited for the future. I feel like we're going uphill from here. We can't keep going backwards. I think the ownership, like the fact that the ownership is from here or from there, I'm not there no more right now. He wants to win, and he has other teams. They're not champions, but they are in playoff contention. They're like one of the best teams every year, right? So, you got that factor. Bob Myers, helping out, another winner. Magic Johnson, another winner. So you got winners within the head of the organization, which I like. And Dan Quinn, you know, when we first made the hire, I wasn't too excited, ex Tomo, but Tomo talked me into y'all should get Dan Quinn. Tomo called it, matter of fact. So Dan Quinn was right because, like you said, Ben Johnson is more of a young coach. As you can tell, the analogy they gave about Ben Johnson, Stan, they said that he's like a 30-year-old kid who's not ready to leave their parents' house. That's what they describe, like experts. And they when they say they said we're not trying to be disrespectful, but he's just not ready yet. And you don't want somebody like that as your head coach. All right, unexperienced guy taking this big, responsibility of this team with all this bad karma in the past. So but Dan Quinn been the Super Bowl. He's a leader. Like, forget the play calling. Let's forget that right now. Just him as a leader, he's that guy, right? And then you bring in Joe Witt Jr. I thought that was an awesome hire. I like Joe Witt. I did some research on him. He was a defensive back coach for Green Bay when they won a Super Bowl. Charles Woodson won Defensive Player of the Year that year. He said that was his best year. Obviously, he won Defensive Player of the Year. And even Dallas, look what he did with their secondary, like the turnover rate. The turnover rate it's really Joe Witt. It's not Dan Quinn, it's Joe Witt. And Joe Witt, like, look what he did with DeRon Bland. So, like, just look at that. So he
Al Harris too, but go ahead.
I saw what happened to DeRon Bland in the wild card game too.
But look, Tomo, who coached Al Harris in Green Bay?
You right.
There it is. Joe Witt. Joe Witt. Yeah, we saw him in the wild card too. We saw him against the Seahawks. We saw him in a lot of games getting burned up, but it is what it is. But
we also seen him break records now. Y'all just can't.
We did, and then he broke it against us. So you got it. He broke it against us. So, but he transformed Trayvon Diggs. Look at you know what I mean? Like, so Trayvon Diggs had it in him, but he helped develop Trayvon Diggs. So, like, I like the hire. Now, Cliff, we got Cliff for one main reason. That boy in USC. That's why we got Cliff. We gotta get him there. We gotta get Caleb here. We need a franchise quarterback. Now, Sam Howell, if we don't get Caleb, keep Sam Howell. All right? That's how I feel. I don't want to get Jalen Daniels or Drake May with the second pick of the draft. But at least right now, I gotta watch more tape. But Caleb, I'm willing. We gotta get Caleb. And Cliff ain't that bad. People making it seem like you gotta think about it. Kyler Murray gets hurt every single year. Every year. People forget. In 2021, they started off what? Let's see. It was a 9-0, right? 9-1 from that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They were 7-0, and they lost to Green Bay. But everybody forget, D-Hop got hurt that game. D-Hop got hurt that game, and then Kyler Murray got hurt literally I think the game after that. He got hurt. He didn't even play the game after that. So, like, they had injuries issues, and him and Kyler Murray bumping heads. And then he said himself, he could focus on being an offensive coordinator versus being a head coach. It's a different ball game, with the whole team. So, I mean, and then people keep talking about pass. And you look at the Cardinals' numbers, they ran the ball a lot. Like, the longer he stayed there, the more balanced they were in their running pass game. So, I like both moves, but we got to see what happens. We got to see who our quarterback is and how the team going to look at the free agency.
Cool.
We're gonna see. That's what we gonna do. We gonna see. But again, based off of these hires, you tying for third
in the division
in the East.
That's tying for third. Come on. I mean, I'm not gonna be joking. Calm down. Don't get too hyped.
You definitely got a little excited tonight.
First he
win the division.
First he said third. I'm like, I'm cool with third. We can still be a playoff team being third, but he said tie with third. It's like, okay, Giants.
Who they tie with?
The Giants. You only got the Giants. Like, you're not ready for the Eagles. I feel like the Eagles will get back.
With Kellen Moore?
I'm glad it ain't a Cowboy fan saying. Are you trying to tell
I forgot about that part.
Just saying, man. The NFC East is a little shaky now. They don't.
Woo, boy.
A lot of former Cowboy staff members everywhere. A lot of former Commander staff members everywhere. I don't know what this East gonna look like, honestly.
I'm gonna go ahead and give it the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, the Eagles will definitely get 1, and then Dallas will crawl their way to 2.
Dang.
And then it's a toss up between Washington and New York. But I feel like New York will get back on track.
You know, we gotta wait. You still got free agency, still got the draft. So as constructed, yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, as constructed right now, I'm not mad at the Cowboys comment either because I don't know what this offseason gonna look like. They gotta make a decision on the quarterback.
I mean, we got $84 million in cap space, so we said, and with number 2 overall pick, with 5 picks in the first 2 rounds, so like first 3 rounds. So we looking good in the all season. So let's see what we do with it though. Oh yeah, and Adam Peters, how you feel about that? Having Adam Peters as a GM.
Okay, so here's the issue that I have with Washington, because I know you brought up the fact about winners being brought into the organization. I just feel like it's just way too many people being brought in there to make decisions, and it should just be general manager and head coach making the decisions, and then everybody else just falls in line like, okay, we see what you're doing, we support you, we're just gonna cut the check. So y'all have like what, 5 different people cooking the stew right now? I ain't with that.
I think Adam Peters made the decision. It's just that this is who we want. Let's make it happen. Magic. We need Cliff. He signed with the Raiders. I got you. Hold on, Cliff. I got an offer. You can't.
Y'all about to lose some picks because of that, man. Somebody gotta talk about that.
That man called that man. No, he could do that. He wasn't.
He can tamper.
He was. How's that tampering? It's all season. He wasn't signed.
I thought he signed. Ink didn't dry. Okay, I got you.
Y'all remember Chris?
He did an okey doke, a Josh McDaniels okey doke.
No, y'all remember?
Ben Johnson did a Josh McDaniels. Told them people why they was on the plane.
He need to pay them that jet fuel that they spend going over there. But y'all remember DeAndre Jordan? He committed to go with the Mavericks, and Chris Paul locked him in his house until the deadline was over. They wild for that. He's like, "No, you a Clipper, all right?" Look at that. So, you know, that's what we got these guys for. Bob Myers, he got connects. You know, Magic Johnson got connects. So Ben like, man, we need this guy. Magic's like, he went to my door. I got you, bro. Boom. One phone call away. That's what they there for. Cheat. I know this dude's my cheating. Huh?
Yeah, nah. Bob Myers still on ESPN, right? I think I seen him doing like NBA Live or something like that.
There it is. Yeah. NBA. Yeah. He said NBA Today. Yeah.
Yeah, NBA Today. One of those shows.
But Adam Peters though, coming from the 49ers. Do I gotta say anymore?
I mean, just saying the quarterback selection hasn't been great, and with the 49ers.
That's Kyle Shanahan though, and Kyle Shanahan got that. He seemed like he got a little ego. I mean, obviously he do.
He do.
It's like he wants the system to win, not you know what I mean. Like if he brings in, like remember they had a chance to get Brady. You bring in Brady gets all the credit. That man didn't want Brady.
Oh, I know he didn't want Brady. He's going to have to change his whole offense for Brady. He did not want Brady.
Yeah, nah. Brady, honestly, he knew Brady was going to change the play calls in the huddle. He was like, we're not running this. And Brady got that cachet too. Yeah, nah, that would have been ESPN would have loved that whole marriage.
That Dave in there?
Yeah, Dave right there. Come
on, man, Dave, you over here ducking smoke, man.
He gonna agree with you about Kyle though. He gonna agree with you.
Yeah, DeVore had to return a favor. All right, let's go here, Tomo. Oh, it's on me. All right, yeah, good show. Let's get our last words in. My last words is this. Matter of fact, DeVore, real quick, who you got coming out the East and who you got coming out the West? If you already have a pick in the NBA.
All right, so in the East, I'm taking the Celtics. In the West,
wow, tough.
Clippers.
Oh, that's who I picked. But then, you know, once Hayward got traded, I was like, man, I got a feeling the Celtics gonna lose in Miami again. But y'all heard Jalen Brown this weekend? What you said to Draymond Green?
After he missed the dunk.
No.
Meanwhile, believing what he got to say they got to prove it to. I'm sorry, man. The Celtics got to prove it to me, man. I'm sorry. I don't care what they say. They sound like Michael Parsons now. There's a lot of talk. I got to see it.
He did say. He said when they went to the finals, they weren't ready for that smoke. That's what he said. They weren't ready for that level, that energy, but they ready now. That's what he said.
Okay.
So
okay.
The finals 2 years ago. They did go to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. So I guess they weren't ready last year too.
That's what I'm saying. I'm hearing a lot of talking, man. I got to see it.
But they got KP though, man. He's the difference maker. So
big difference.
And Drew won already. But he also got cooked last year too.
More of Drew.
Oh yes, KP is a game changer defensively and offensively.
I know.
Yep.
Go ahead.
All right. All right. So Sacramento, man. Listen, man. Y'all, Sabonis and Fox. We watched the All-Star game from my couch. Let's get it. Let's turn up the second half of the season. Great win to end the first half of the season. Hashtag swipe of the season. Like the beam. Commanders. Get Caleb, man. Just get him. Like you need a guy like Caleb. You need a guy with potential like Caleb to be a Kansas City Chiefs, to be a Patriots organization. They have a dynasty, potentially dynasty. You need a guy like that. You can't have a dynasty unless you got a crazy defense, but it's hard to do that in the NFL right now without a great quarterback to create a dynasty, right? So I'm excited what my teams are and where we're going. So shout out to everybody on the R2L network and the family. Shout out to you, DeVore, for coming on. And obviously, Tom Boy, shout out to you.
My last words is more so, hey, Joe, like I said, Carl had a lot of smoke for a lot of people after that members-only episode. So if you're not a member, make sure you click the link and become an all-star member and above. Because you said something about what number one wide receiver has won the Super Bowl. And I'll let you go back and listen to the voice memo. I ain't going to give too much.
Okay.
But yeah, we turned up, Dave. We turned up. And my last words is, hey, Dave, I got your back, man. Dave ain't up here ducking smoke, man. He had an appointment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead.
He actually did, though. He did.
I appreciate you guys having me on. Like that Washington thing has been I've been sitting on that for a little bit. So it's nice to offload it. But shout out to the Miami Dolphins. We out here. We gonna get right back to it. Not a fan of the quarterback, but we're gonna get right back to it. And it's definitely gonna be an exciting second half to the NBA season, where especially for the Bucks. I will say for the Bucks. I'm putting the microscope on the Bucks, but that's all I got.
That's good. All right. That's all we have for y'all today, and we'll see y'all next episode.
Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.